Hi, my name is Michelle Hodges, and I am a world history teacher at Pacetti Bay, and I would like to welcome you to this tutorial for the distance learners how to use Schoology. So last week, we had a little confusion between our brick and mortar students and our online students, and whose assignments were where. They kind of got confused, things crashed. I know for a couple of my classes, I didn't have the agenda up. I did have it up, but it disappeared. I'm not really sure what happened. Some things crashed, conferences crashed, and different things like that happened. So this is the new video explaining what's going to happen this week and how we're trying to solve some of those issues. This video is good for Miss Tickle's class and Miss Hodges' class, and we have our classes set up just alike, and so the information will be exactly the same, the format. So I'd like for us to think about last week when you looked for your assignments. They were in something that looked like this. These are my world history classes. And then we had all of our conferences in groups last week, and you went to the groups for the conference. That worked really well. We're still going to continue to do the conferences in groups. So when it is your class period, log on to your conference, go in there and join the conference for your class, and that will be in the same spot. Everything is last week. The only thing I want to add about conferences is, according to the agenda, you need to join the conference during your class period. And at our school, if you don't join a conference when you're supposed to be there during your class period, you are considered absent. So please be in the conferences when you need to be. And I know that not all of them were available last week, and that they would crash and they would reopen and things would get open late. We're all working on that, and we're going to get better at it. So this week they will be open and run all day long in the history conferences. So for Miss Tickle's class and Miss Hodges' class, join that conference during your class period time and come join us, especially on Tuesday. We need to see you on Tuesday because that's a big explanation day going forward for the rest of the year. So for your coursework, where do you find your assignments? Last week you found your assignments in your individual periods where you were, and that's what caused the confusion. So we're going to do the same thing with the groups that we did for conferences, where all the distance learners are in one group. We're going to put all the distance learners now also into one course. It should say something like World History Distance Learner Assignments for Miss Tickle's class. My class, it looks like this. And so when you click, you will not go to these periods anymore, okay? The one that looks like that for your class, don't go there. You're going here, World History Distance Learner Assignments. That was to keep it straight between our distance learners and our brick and mortar kids. So when you go to your course, you're going to land on what's called the Updates page. Updates and materials are your two things you need to know about. And so it lands on your Updates page. Then in the announcements section, there should be this agenda. And now that I only have one class of distance learners, all of your information is going to only be in one place, which means that's less likely to have it crash, and you should be able to get to where you need to be. So for my class, the agenda, it says that the attendance is written in blue, and those are mandatory. You are supposed to be there, and we are conferencing every day this week so that students can get used to conferencing, we can get used to running a conference, and we can all be on the same page for that. Okay, so you need to be in the conference at the beginning of your world history period. So if you're not sure what time that is and how to follow your schedule, you need to look at the bell schedule, okay? And so you want to check out the bell schedule. That is in the front of your planner. You can find it there. So for the world history announcement agenda right here, it's going to have the week, so you can see the week easily. If you want to know why we were out yesterday, we've got a video right here that you can watch right in there, and it'll tell you why you were out on Monday. And then starts the assignments. So blue means that is a conference. You have to be there. Please don't print it from here. You can't print the agenda from here. There's a link for it in the work. We'll look at that in just a second. And then green means that's a graded assignment. So when you're looking at this agenda, you know what's going to be graded this week, and you know that you need to attend. Okay, so those are check boxes. And when you print this off, if you want to, or you can do a screenshot and save it another way, it shows you everything you have to do for the day, for each day of the week. So that is your agenda. One more thing about the agenda before we leave this page. You can click here to find the bell schedule, then go back home. This is the Wednesday for Wednesday's pause, and this is the regular day schedule. Then there's a link out to Hack. Here's a link to links for students. And then if you need extra help with what's going on this week, you can find it right there. There's the extra help. These are links that'll link you out to different things to help you learn more about timelines this week. Okay, so let's go to the materials. It's going. This is where you'll find your assignments. Now the agenda carries over to this page too. It shows up in both places. And if you scroll down here, you'll see two folders. You see the student Schoology videos. That's where you can find help for Schoology and anything that you need to learn to do. And then this is this week's folder. When we are finished with this week's folder for the next 2 weeks, it turns gray. So only the green one is the one we're working in. So the next chapter 3 will be green, but 1 and 2 will turn to be gray. So only working in the green folders. So if we look inside the green folder for this week, because now it's going to start today on the 8th, you see the chapter 1 and 2 packets. You need to print these out. You need these before class so that you can have these to watch your video notes. Now, if you're watching this video and you don't have your video notes packet printed, that is fine. I will show you how to do that in class, and you can always catch up later. The packet, the activities packet, that is extra work. Not really extra work, but it's work to ensure that you know the concepts. Those are also graded assignments, and those will be turned in. The video notes are just where you take notes. You'll watch a video and you'll fill in the blanks. We're going to go over that Tuesday in class. Please be present for the conference. Okay, so you print these two things and you have them ready to go. And then let's go back to the folder. I think I went a little too far. No, I didn't. Okay. So starting tomorrow, we're going to watch video notes in class. And then we're going to show you how to do that. For each video notes that you watch, and we have 3 lessons in chapter 1 and 2, there's going to be a video notes checkup. It's like a little quiz. It's 5 questions just to see what you're doing. So every video notes will have a quiz, and it'll go along with it right there. And so this is where you'll find those assignments. They're not open right now. You can't see them. I will open them later tonight, so we'll have them. But there they are. Okay, so that's your video notes. Those are all, brick and mortar kids do those too. Those are all homework for everybody. So then you go to the week of the 9th through the 8th. Now, I realize I have a bunch of folders down here. You won't see all those. That is just what mine looks like. The only 3 things that you will see in this folder will be packets, video notes, and then the week of, and then next week's stuff will pop up here next week. And that's all for chapter 1. So then, so let's click on the week. So when you look at the week's worth of folders, you'll see Monday, there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and inside each folder is what you do for the day. Because you're joining me in a conference on Tuesday, there's only one thing in there to do. So be sure to join me on Tuesday in the conference during your scheduled period. Then on Wednesday, you're going to come to the conference. We'll check and see how you did with the video notes and check that out. And then you have a bell work. Then there's the study guide, and then there's a timeline heart video and a practice sheet, and then one more practice sheet for AD and BC. So we're working on timelines and reading those timelines. So that's what we're working on. So that's Wednesday's work. And then every day has the rest of the work in it. And so you can follow the agenda and complete the things in the folder. When the folder is complete, then you are done for the day and you've done all of your world history work. So that is the way that this is going to work. So from here on out, when we go to your distance learner class, don't click on, let's go back to my dashboard. Let's make sure we get this right. Remember, you are not clicking on these, on the individual periods anymore. You click on the distance learners one. So you go to the distance learner section, and then there's your agenda, and there's the things you can click on. Your textbook and other things are over here. One thing I want to show you before we go, up here in the top is the calendar. So you can see the calendar for all your things that are due. And while, if you look at it at a month, that could be a little confusing there, but you can change it to look at it for the week of. You can change it to look at the day. And then if you want to look at the day when things are due, if you don't want to see today, but maybe you're looking at tomorrow for the things that are due, you can change the date right there on this little arrow. And that'll let you know, if you're looking at different things, when things are due. And that might help you when you're looking at your calendar to figure out what you need to do. One more thing you can do on the calendar is right here, you can color code your calendar so that you can see when the assignments are due. It can help you see clearly how many different things you have to do today that are having grades and that are assignments that are actually have to be turned in. So that could be helpful for you to change your calendar. Remember, we're still going to conference in groups, but your coursework is now in the Distance Learner course. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Hope that makes it a little more clear. And as always, if you have any questions, please email Ms. Tickle or myself.